All right. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. It is Monday, May 3rd. And just to let you know, my daughter is in the hospital this morning. So hopefully we'll have a baby later today. I will let you know as far as next week what we're going to do, but come back to this video this week. And again, if you want to kind of keep it on a 3-time-a-week schedule or twice a week, this week, just make sure you don't do this video 2 days in a row. You want to allow a day in between to let those muscles rest and recover. So we are going to start off with a warm up first. We're going to stand up nice and tall. Take a big deep breath in, reach the arms up. Exhale down. Do that again. Inhale up. And exhale down. All right, drop the arms down by the sides. We're going to start with some shoulder rolls, up, back, and down. Just kind of nice and easy today, getting warmed up. And if you see a little dachshund running around on the video, that is my daughter's dog I'm taking care of for her. So we'll see how he does with the videos. All right, drop the arms down, shoulders down by the sides. Let's do a little head turn to the right and center, to the left, center. One more time, to the right and center, and to the left and back to center. All right, let's do a little push and pull here. So we're going to push forward with the hands open, really reaching forward, kind of rounding the shoulders just a little bit, and then pull back, squeezing the shoulder blades together. So push and pull. So as we push, we're kind of warming up through the chest, stretching across the shoulder blades. And then as we pull back, we're stretching the chest and working in through the muscles in the back. All right, we'll do 2 more. Last one. Good. Let's take the arms out to the sides. We're going to turn the palms up. Let's do a big stretch here, reaching out to the right, reaching to the left. Good. And then you can drop the arms down just a little, tap the shoulders, extend the arms out. So just kind of getting the arms warmed up just a bit. All right, good. And we'll do 2 more. Good. Extend those arms out again. Drop the arms down by the sides. Let's do a little weight shift, right to left. And just again, nice and easy, just warming up. You can get a little bit more into a knee bend as we go, just as those legs start to get warmed up. Again, just go where you can. If you're doing this early in the morning, make sure you get your muscles warmed up before you start with the weights. All right, back to center. And then we're going to do just a few warm-up squats. So let's push the hips back and down and up. And on the warm-up squats, we're not going down very far, just maybe a quarter of the way of what you would normally do. Again, just getting the muscles warmed up before we start with the exercises. All right, let's do 2 more. And last one. Good. Stand up nice and tall. Let's step the feet back in. Take a big deep breath in as you reach up. And then exhale. Slowly lower the arms down. All right. So we are going to start with our first exercise. We're going to stick with our row today. So we're going to do a 2-arm row standing. Now remember, you can do this one seated if you need to, or you can also do it with one knee kneeling on the chair. So we'll start with a little heavier weight here. And again, just kind of what you usually do for your back and chest. Kind of think as far as the weights, anytime you're using or you're doing an exercise for the bigger muscles, like your back, chest, legs, you can usually use a heavier weight. When we get to like biceps, triceps, shoulders, we usually want to go to a lighter weight. All right, so we are going to start off here. Feet just about hip width apart. We're going to hinge from the hips. This is your important thing to remember. So you're hinging from the hips, keeping the spine nice and straight, and then pull the belly button up towards the spine. Knees are bent, and arms are going to pull up from the elbows, kind of think of lifting from the elbows, squeeze the shoulder blades together and lower down. And we are going to do 12 of these. Really pinch those shoulder blades together as you pull up and back. This is 5, and just breathe normally. Don't hold your breath. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, good. Come on up, straighten your back. You can set your weights down just for a second here if you'd like. Just kind of shake the arms out. So we are going to do some mat exercises as well, going onto the floor. So we'll get to those a bit later in the video. So we're going to do our second set. Make sure if you're doing this again on your own, you're resting in between about 20, 30 seconds usually, depending on the exercise. So let's start off with that set 2. So same thing. Again, feet just comfortable hip width apart, hinging forward from the hips, bending the knees, arms down, and then pull up again, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Good. So I'll turn towards you on this one. And again, you want to keep those elbows kind of close into the sides and really squeezing those shoulder blades as you lift the elbows up. Good. And just breathe normally. Inhale and exhale. The most important thing is you're not holding your breath. All right, let's do 2 more. And last one. Good. Lower it down. Straighten the back. Come on up. Roll the shoulders back a few times. All right, so we're going to set one of these weights aside. We're going to keep one for the next exercise. And we are going to go to our lower body, to our legs for this one. So we're going to do a squat. And if you've done this one with me before, you're going to hold the weight. Again, kind of depending on the weight that you have, you can wrap your hands around the center. You can see that of the dumbbell, or you can hold it up on one end like this. Kind of depends on the size and where you can get your hands, but just make sure you have a good grip on the weight. And we're just going to hold it kind of in close to the chest. Just relax the shoulders and elbows down. So we're not trying to, do anything here with upper body. We're going to get those feet wide and we're going to go into our squat, just holding the weight here. Again, we're not moving the arms at all. So I'm going to turn a little bit to the side. Make sure that you're pushing your hips back, squatting down. We're going to do 12 of these. And again, weight just stays right into your chest here. So your arms are not moving. Keep your belly button pulled in towards the spine and keep your chest lifted. So make sure that as you squat, you're not bending forward. So you want to keep your body, your torso straight here. Good. And again, just breathing normally. 6, 7, and look straight ahead. Try not to look down at the ground because that will throw your weight forward. All right, good. We should have 3 more to do. We're doing 12 on all these. And last one. All right, good. Come on up. And again, you can set that weight down if you'd like. Just kind of take a little rest here. And just remember a couple of things on the squat before we get to our second set. Make sure that you are pushing your hips back. Like if you had a seat behind you or a chair behind you, you're going to sit down to it. So you're not going this way. So make sure those knees are not coming over the front of the feet. And then also, if you have the tendency when you squat down to kind of turn the knees in, kind of think about pushing your inner thighs away from each other And that way, when you squat down, you're in alignment here instead of bringing the knees in. So really kind of think about pushing away as you squat. All right, we're going to do set 2, same thing. So again, hands here in front. Turn those feet out just a little bit, nice wide stance. And again, keeping the chest lifted, squatting back and down, and come up. And we're going to do 12 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and good. 2 more. All right, good. Come on up and then just set the weight aside. We'll take a little break from that weight. So put it out of your way. And then again, we're just gonna stand up tall, roll the shoulders back, and kind of shake the legs out a little bit, shake the hands out. And then our next exercise we're gonna do is a wall push-up. So again, for this one, if you've been doing this one with a band, go ahead and grab your band and you can do the same thing. I'm going to do these without the band today. So just remember, if you are using the band, to make sure that you're here, kind of right across the mid part of the back. And just remember, either way, whether you have the band or not, you want to keep your elbows down a little bit so we're not up this way. We want to keep the shoulders relaxed when you're doing the wall push-up. So I'm going to come here. And again, if you have to kind of move around a little bit to find a wall space that works for you, an open wall space, we're going to stand up tall, facing the wall. Back is nice and straight. So you can see I have a straight line from my neck all the way down my spine, keeping that position. As you bend the elbows and lower down, press back up. All right, so the hands are the other thing you have to think about here. If you do have any wrist issues, you can come up onto the pads of the fingers instead of the flat palms, if that's a little bit too much of a bend in the wrist for you. All right, good. We are going to do 12 of these. And 5, 4 more, 3, 2, good, last one. All right, good. Drop the arms down. The stretch for that one, to stretch the chest, just take the hands behind the back, kind of lift through the chest, hold it here. All right, good. Now, for the second set, you can stay with the wall push-ups. I'm going to show you if you do want to try these on the floor. We're going to do a modified version of it, so you're not going to do like the traditional push-up. So we're going to modify it a little bit. So if you do want to try this one on the floor, you can. And again, if you want to stay with the wall, just head back over to the wall and we'll do these together. All right, so for the for the floor push-up, you want to get onto the floor. Again, your hands should be kind of right underneath the shoulders. Your wrists are lined up with your shoulders. If you get the hands up too far, you put a lot more pressure on the shoulders and on the wrist. So try to keep those hands right underneath the elbows. If you think of shoulder, elbows, wrist all lined up. And you want to be fairly wide, just like you are on the wall. So for this one, we're just going to bring the feet back a little bit. You're going to stay on the knees. Again, if you're at the wall, just get into your position, nice straight back either way. And then from here, we're going to bend the elbows, lower down, and then press back up. And you don't have to come all the way to the floor if you're doing these. Now really try to keep your back as straight as possible. It's a little different for these because you are bending the knees. So you can't quite get the whole body as straight as you do standing or in a traditional push-up. All right, good. Keep it in alignment, just whether you're on the floor or at the wall. Good. 2 more. And last one. All right, good. Come on up, come away from the wall. We're going to do the same stretch. So if you're on the floor, come on up to standing. We're going to take the hands behind the back and lift through the chest. And just take a nice deep breath in and exhale. And as far as progression, I talk about progression a lot. If you don't progress to the floor for push-ups, that's fine. So you don't have to go from a wall push-up to a floor push-up. You can try those, you can do those if you're able to, but if you're not able to, don't feel bad. Like I said, you don't have to do the wall or do the floor push-ups. You can stay with the wall. All right, so we're gonna move along here. We've got the back, legs, and chest. So we're going to go back to the legs one more time for another exercise. So for this one, we are going to do kind of that big side step and squat. We have done this one before. And for this one, we're going to use just light weights in the hands. Again, we're not moving the arms at all. So this isn't an arm exercise, just kind of keeping the weights. And I have light, like 3-pound weights to start off. Now, if you do need to use some balance support with this one, like holding onto the back of a chair or standing at the wall, please do that. Don't worry about the weights. You want to maintain your balance first and foremost. All right, so again, standing up tall, shoulders back and down. Make sure these arms stay relaxed. We're going to do a big side step out to the right. We're going to squat down, come up, step in, and then go to the other side, squat, up, and in. All right, so my hands are just here, kind of right at my upper thighs or my hips. And remember, when we're doing these or the forward steps, try to get into position with the feet before you squat down. Otherwise, you're going to be kind of off your form a little bit. So come up, step in, other side, up and in. And again, go slow. We're not doing these fast. We want to make sure we have good form. So you want to make sure you get into the proper position. Take your time before you get into the squat. Step back in, go to the other side. So you don't want to kind of throw off your squat by trying to move too fast or getting into, your feet into the wrong position. All right, good. And if I'm counting right, that should be 8. Good. This is 9. Good. And we're just doing 10 of these. Good. Step in and other side. Squat, up, and in. All right, so just 10 of those. And again, we're going to rest. You can set the weights down if you want. Grab a drink of water if you need, if you have it close by. And then we're going to get into our second set with that same side squat. Again, only doing 10 of these. So I would just want you to take your time. Again, really focus on getting into your proper position, focusing on that form and not hurrying along too fast on the side steps. All right, so again, standing nice and tall, shoulders back and down. All right, we're gonna step it out, squat, up and in. Good, out, squat, up and in. All right, so again, we're gonna do 10. Good. Make sure you keep your chest lifted. That's 3. Good. And 4. Good. 5. Good. Keep going here. And 6. Good. 7. Good. And 8. All right, good. 2 more on each side. Make sure you're checking in with your posture. Make sure you're not starting to lose any of your form. Good. This is your last one on each side. All right, very good. Come on in, shake the legs out. Hang on to these light weights for the next one, or just kind of keep them close by. We're gonna use those for a shoulder exercise. So we're gonna take a little rest here. Again, just kind of shake the legs out. We'll get into some stretches when we're get kind of towards the end of the class. All right. So we're going to move back up to the upper body. For this one, we're going to do a shoulder exercise. So if you've been doing my class for a while, you know, I always recommend light weights for the shoulder exercises. And if you get into the exercise and even feel like the light weights are too much, just set those down and let's just go through the range of motion without any weights whatsoever. All right, so I will show you the exercise and then you can do 12 of these with me. So we're going to do kind of a modified side raise. So a few things to keep in mind: knees bent, keep your abdominals contracted, shoulders back and down. Your back should stay straight. So make sure you're not getting into poor posture. Make sure you're keeping your posture nice and straight here. All right, so we are standing up tall, shoulders back and down. We're going to take the arms down by the sides, and then we're going to lift the arms out to the side. Now I'm going to turn you a little bit forward and your elbows are bent slightly. So we're not going straight arms. So down and then up. And we're only doing 10 of these. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, good. Okay, this is Bear, the wiener dog. I think he's going to lay right here with us. Roll the shoulders back and down again. And just take a little break before we do our second set. If you need to, set the weights down, kind of let the arms rest or let the hands rest if you need to. All right, so we're going to get into that second set. And again, if this feels like too much, even with a light weight, just set the weight down, take it through the range of motion, but make sure that you're maintaining the same form. So again, knees bent, abdominals contracted, raising it out to the sides. elbow slightly bent. And again, we're a little bit forward with the arms. So we're not going to go straight out to the side this way. I'm going to keep it slightly bent and slightly forward, almost like a V shape with your arms. All right, good. We are doing 10 again. All right, good. You should have 3 more here. And 2 more. Just 1. All right, very good. Lower it down. Set the weights aside. All right. So come on up, shake the arms out, shake the hands out. Go ahead and take a minute. We are going to move to the floor. So if you want to use your mat, go ahead and lay your mat out. I'm going to see how this goes with Bear because he may think it's time to play. So I may have to adjust things here. All right, so we are going to the floor. And if you need to pause this video, the nice thing about being recorded is you can pause it if you need to and come back to it. So we're going to come on down here. And we are going to do our kind of our core series, the 2 exercises we have been doing. So let's start off onto your back. All right, and then arms down by the sides. And I think I'm going to get packed here, so. Okay, I'm getting kisses in the face here. Let's lay down there. All right, so arms down by the sides. Pull the belly button in towards the spine. And make sure you press your feet into the floor. So you want to lay nice and flat. Give yourself some support here. And just take a second to kind of really imprint the spine down into the floor. All right, so from here, let's do our straight leg raises. So we're going to extend the leg out, one leg, other knee is bent. All right, so from here, we're going to come up with that leg and then lower back down. Nice and slow, keep the abdominals contracted. 3, 4, 5, good. And remember, you're not lifting that hip up off the floor. So make sure your leg raise isn't too high where you're starting to get a little hip lift. Then you're getting more into your back. You don't want to get that hip off the floor. All right, 2 more of these. And the last one. All right, good. Bend that knee, extend the other leg out. We'll go right back over to the other leg or right over to the other leg. Keep the abdominals contracted, so kind of check in there where the spine is. And then again, lifting that leg and lower down. And again, we're going to do 12. And I didn't mention because I was getting attacked with kisses by the dog, but if you need to, roll up a towel, a little pillow, anything underneath your head, if that helps to keep your neck and your spine in alignment. All right, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, good. Bend the knees. Let's go ahead and just pull both knees in towards the chest and just kind of hug the knees in here. Take a little stretch break. Kind of rock from side to side. All right, good. And then go ahead and set both feet on the floor. And then again, let's start, go back over to your starting leg. If you started with that right leg, sorry, I have dog hair flying around my nose now. Extend the leg straight out. Lay flat, nice and flat with your backs, pressing that spine into the floor. Lift the leg and then lower down. Good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good. Keep going. Keep those abdominals contracted. And finish out last 2 here. All right, good. Extend that leg out. Just kind of take it for a little stretch. And then we'll switch it over to the other leg. All right, so again, nice and flat back, really pressing that spine into the floor as much as you can, lifting that other leg up and slowly lower down. Good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Last 2. And last 1. All right, very good. Stretch that leg out. Let's go ahead and stretch out both legs onto the floor. So just kind of straighten the legs. And I get a nice long stretch down both legs. And then we're going to bend the knees, bring the feet back onto the floor. You can do a little rock from side to side before we go into our bridges. All right. So again, pressing the spine into the floor before we get into our set of bridges, or 2 sets of bridges. Nice flat back into the floor. And this one, you really want to press into the feet as well. That gives you a little bit of support. Remember, you can try moving your feet away from you or closer in to see kind of what works best for you. All right, so again, we're going to take a nice deep breath in and exhale. And then let's slowly start to lift from the tailbone, lifting the spine up off the floor, kind of like you're peeling it up off the floor, coming up onto those shoulders, squeezing the glutes at the top of your bridge, and then lower back down. We're doing 12 of these. 2. Good. 3. 4. Keep those abdominals contracted. 5. 6. 7. Good. And as you lift, again, you're kind of squeezing into the glutes, but you're also contracting into the quadricep muscles in the front and the top of the legs. So you're getting that work in through the legs, through the glutes, through the abdominals and the low back. So again, we're working a lot of muscles here. All right. We're not at 12. We should be right at 12 on this one. All right, lowered all the way down. And for this one, we will hug the knees in towards the chest, just kind of take a little break here and rock gently from side to side. All right, very good. Okay, so let's go for set 2 again. So again, pressing those feet into the floor, abdominals contracted, press the spine into the floor to start. And then we're going to slowly lift, peeling the spine off the floor, lifting up to the shoulders, and then all the way down. So you're kind of lifting to the shoulder, maybe the shoulder blades. So again, I don't want you to come all the way up like onto the neck or the back of the head. So you're keeping those shoulders down. Good. Squeezing in through those glutes, contracting the muscles in the legs, in the abdominals, the low back. All right, good. And breathe through this. Make sure you're not holding your breath. And this should be 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Last 2. And last 1. All right, very good. Lower it down. Let's pull the knees in towards the chest. Just a big hug into the chest with the knees. Again, you can rock gently from side to side. All right, so we are going to get into our stretches next. We're going to do some stretches right here. So we're going to do that hamstring stretch first, extending the right leg straight up. Again, grab a hold behind the leg or behind the thigh, or behind the calf, sorry, and then just gently pull that leg in. Now, remember, if you have a strap, a belt, anything like that that you can put underneath your foot, that kind of helps to hold the leg there without, having to reach and grab a hold of the leg. So you can grab a strap of some type. Excuse me. Just make sure it goes under the mid part of the foot so it's not like right up on the toe so it doesn't come off on you. Hold it there. One more breath in. Exhale. All right, good. Now go ahead and switch it over to the other leg. Extend it straight up. And for these, I like to you can kind of vary the foot position. So you'll get a little different stretch. Like if you pull your toes down towards you versus pointing the toes up. And then also you can just kind of do some little ankle circles here if you'd like. As long as you're still getting that stretch into the hamstring and the back of the leg. All right, set that foot down and then we'll cross the ankle and we're just going to take it with the foot on the floor, the other foot, into this figure 4 stretch. So we're going to take the hands on the inside of the thigh and just kind of push gently away from you. And that gets a little bit more into that hip and the outer thigh. Just hold it there. Deep breath in and exhale. All right, then uncross, switch it over to the other side. Same thing again, just kind of gently press out into that inner thigh, stretching into the outer thigh and the hip. Deep breath in and exhale. All right, very good. Go ahead and set both feet on the floor. We're going to roll over onto your stomach for the next stretch. So just kind of take your time here, roll on over. We're going to come onto the knees and we're going to step the knees kind of wide. So like maybe to the edge of the mat. And then we're going to sit back with the hips and then reach the arms out in front of you. So kind of up towards the top of your mat. And then just lay your chest down where you can. If you can't get into this position, you may be up a little bit more, that's fine. Just kind of stretch in through. This is kind of almost, think about the tabletop stretch we do where we're reaching from the fingertips to the tailbone, that should still be the stretch you're getting. Hold it here. Take one more deep breath in and exhale. All right, good. And then come on up, and you can either come on up to standing, or I'm just gonna kneel here. You can sit flat on the floor if you want to, whatever works better for you. So we're gonna take it into that chest stretch, taking the hands back behind you, pulling the hands down, lifting through the chest, and hold it here. Deep breath in, exhale. Good, one more time, inhale and exhale. All right, good. Now, whether you're kneeling like I am or sitting, you can sit with your knees crossed, your feet, sit in a cross-legged position, and you can do this standing as well. So we're going to do a side stretch. So if you are on the floor, take one hand down, kind of fingertips onto the floor, and then take the other arm up and over. Now, if you're standing, you're going to do the same thing, except of course your fingertips aren't going to be on the floor. You're just going to drop the arm down. We're just stretching down that right side. Nice deep breath in. Exhale. Good. And then over to the other side, up and over. Hold it here. Nice deep breath in. And exhale. All right, good. Drop that arm down. And again, if you are standing, do this one with me. Otherwise, we're going to sit right here and then just roll the shoulders back and down. Tuck the chin straight back, and then right ear over towards the right shoulder. Stretching down the left side of the neck. Now with this one, you can kind of change that stretch a little bit just by gently moving the head, so your chin comes towards the chest or comes up and down. Just kind of play, just gently move though. Move very slowly with these. Kind of see if you can get into some deeper stretches into the neck. This is really good if you do have some problems in your neck. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale. Bring it back to center, and then we'll take it over to the other side. And again, you can gently move that head around. See if you can get into some deeper stretches here. Okay, good. Go ahead and bring it back to center. All right, you can stay seated and take a deep breath in. You can come on up, and we're just going to finish out here. So let's just stand up nice and tall if you are standing. Otherwise, stay seated. You can kind of do a little bit more stretching on the floor if you'd like. We're going to take a big deep breath in, reach the arms up. Exhale, lower the arms down. Good. One more time. Inhale up. And exhale. Lower the arms down. All right. Well, thank you for joining me. And I hope this video turns out okay. I'm going to watch it before I post it to everybody. So hopefully everything turned out all right with it, even with the little bear in the video. So everybody have a great week. If you need anything, please email me. I will be checking my emails. If you have any questions on the exercises, just let me know. Otherwise, I shall see you back next time, and I will keep you posted on what's going on about the class. Like I said, we may end up starting it up a little early instead of 2 weeks, but we'll kind of see how everything goes today. So everybody have a great day, and I'll see you back next time. Bye.